everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua, our Save Joshua Reviews, and as you can see by the title and thumbnail, I'm kind of upset. So let's go ahead and get in to this video. Okay, so guys, I'm so done. I'll leave the article in the description or put it right here for some of y'all to read. But, Ben Affleck's scene in Aquaman 2 has been cut. Supposedly both, scenes from, both Batman have been cut from, Aquaman 2. So, I'm not gonna go see, Aquaman, 2 anymore. That movie has been through 3 rounds of reshoots, multiple rewrites. Gunn keeps coming in and completely changing every little teeny weensy detail. And for y'all who keep saying it wasn't Gunn's fault, and it's not Gunn making these changes, it is 100% him making these changes. He has a new DC universe to contribute to, and these next 2 films are supposed to be leading into that new DCU. Blue Beetle is the first DCU character, but not the first DCU film, which is stupid, by the way, really stupid. And it's a shame because that movie looks really good, but that's probably going to bomb. So I'm going to go see Blue Beetle. I'm not going to go see Aquaman 2. Warner Brothers Discovery, and by the way, I got all of this from Aaron Fisher's channel, and he pretty much got me fired up. Warner Brothers Discovery does not deserve our money and whatsoever. They do not treat these properties with any sort of respect whatsoever. Aaron said in his video that you can go back and look on the documentary of the making of Superman 2 and all the complications that movie had. They just simply don't respect anything related to DC. They just care what they want and how they make their money, yet they're still $49 billion in debt, and The Flash bombed. How you mess up that movie, I have no clue. We were supposed to get a Man of Steel 2 with Sasha Calle's Supergirl. We were supposed to get a Batman Beyond film. It was either with Keaton or with Affleck. I can't remember which one. I believe it was with Keaton, and then, yes, it was going to be with Keaton, and then Affleck was supposed to get his own solo film when he's fighting, Deathstroke. How in the world do you have a concept so epic as that, but decide to go in a completely different direction? It boggles my mind. Any of those movies would have made $1 billion. Superman Legacy, I don't even think it's going to get made. One, because of the writer's strike, and I think it's just going to have too many complications and keeps getting pushed back to the fact that we're not even going to see Gunn's new DCU, and honestly, I don't want to see it, like, at all. I've been saying this for the longest time. James Gunn is a very, very good filmmaker, but I've seen clips of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. Not my thing at all. It looks genuinely awful. So when I saw clips of that, I was like, yeah, no, we're not gonna watch that. Also, sorry for the background noise. I'll probably have to remove some of it while I'm editing. But, Warner Brothers Discovery, guys, I'm not saying to not go see these films, because if you do want to go see these films, you should. Listen, the test screenings for Aquaman 2, the critics walked out. If you didn't know. The critics walked out and said it was some of the worst crap that they've ever seen. James Wan has said that this film has been so complicated to make because of all the changes of everything going on. So, you know, the new DCU, everything like that. Yes, I'm fired up. Why? because Warner Brothers Discovery has lied to us for so long, and it needs to stop. I want Gunn out. I'm sorry. And I say this with all the love I can. I freaking love his Guardians movies. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That's such an overhated film. But when it comes to his DC stuff, it's goofy. It's goofy. We're talking about the man, okay, who made Drax the Destroyer the comedic relief in the Guardians films. Not how he is in the comics whatsoever. That's why he's called Drax the Destroyer. Okay? That's why. He ain't funny. So, it is unbelievable that we have to sit here and go through Ben Affleck! He came out and said how he had such a wonderful time on The Flash and the sets of Aquaman 2, and that he was sad that everything was ending. I'm going to give a shout out here. The Escape Pod podcast. The co-host, Alex, and... Alex. Very big Henry Cavill fan. Hater, sorry. Alex, if you're watching this. He said that he was going to miss the Snyderverse after watching The Flash. You know why? Because that movie felt like an actual interconnected universe more than what we got in the past. Because, well, the studios kept interfering and butchering these movies. 2017 Justice League is an abomination. That's due to the studio and due to James Whedon. Ben Affleck even got depression after that film and everything like that. So it gets me so mad that everyone involved with those past movies are getting treated so poorly now. Warner Brothers Discovery had filmed multiple cameos for the Flash movie, Black Adam. He had filmed those cameos before it was announced that he was coming back. And then we get the news that Gunn was writing Superman Legacy way before Gunn was even announced. I mean, way before this new DC universe, and way before Cavill was announced that he was going to be coming back. That means that Warner Brothers Discovery had planned to... So basically, what they did was just like a publicity stunt. They just brought all the eyes to them, and they were like, hey, go see this movie. It has Superman in it. Cut to after the release of Black Adam. Henry Cavill has to come out on Instagram and say that he has talked with James Gunn and DC, and that he is no longer going to be playing Superman because that does not fit in Gunn's plans. Honestly, I personally think Cavill walked away. I think he saw Gunn's plans and walked out. Now, then again, that's just my theory and also Aaron Fisher's theory. I'm not stealing from him. I'm just simply stating. That's most likely what happened from everything that we've seen going on behind the scenes. So, am I mad? Yes, I am, because I am sick and tired of Warner Bros. Discovery and how they handle these DC properties. And I get it. Okay, I get it. Gunn's movies, they had some flaws, but the Snyder Cut was a masterpiece. You cannot lie about that. And you can tell by the end of the Snyder Cut that he was building up to that brightful and hopeful and optimistic Superman that we were going to get in Man of Steel 2, featuring Brainiac as the villain, by the way. Very cool concept. Went to waste. So, yeah, I'm mad right now. Very mad. Beyond mad. I'm not gonna go see Aquaman 2. Now, if Superman Legacy does ever get off the ground, I will go see it, and I will be giving my honest opinion on it, But, I don't want Gunn in charge whatsoever. I want him out. He should just stick to being a normal director. And listen, his Marvel stuff was great. The holiday special was fantastic. The Guardians movies were fantastic. He produced on Infinity War. That movie was fantastic. He didn't produce on Endgame though. And supposedly he was he was looking back on all the scripts for other Marvel films, like Homecoming, Captain Marvel. Don't know why you would take credit for Captain Marvel when that was just no. So I do think he's kind of lying there. I do think that's just him trying to get attention to himself and hey, those movies were so great. You should go see my Superman movie that is completely overstuffed with superhero cameos, and Superman and Lois are probably going to be overstuffed in their own film. You should go see that movie, because I did all those movies. Not how it works. Not how it works. Sure, those were great movies. But when you announce that Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, it was just reported that The Flash will be making a cameo, but not Ezra Miller, in Superman Legacy. Those are 5 cameos alone. This movie... Oh, and there's a... Mephisto? Yeah, I'll leave this right here. He's also... So those are 6 or 7 heroes appearing in this film. That's overstuffed. That's overstuffed and just trying too hard to get people to go see this movie. I need a solo Superman story. I need a solo Superman movie. David Cornsweet is a fantastic casting of Superman. We're going to have to see how he does in Legacy. But, oh my goodness, when you have 7 to 6 cameos in one movie, that's obnoxious. That's just overdoing it. I know cameos are sort of like the thing now, but not that many cameos, okay? No Way Home was cool. The cameos in The Flash weren't really needed. And actually, Gunn came out and finally decided to confirm that George Clooney is not the Batman of the new DCU. Finally, one good decision that he's made. So, yes, I'm fired up. This universe, I don't think, gets to even see the light of day, because I think there's just enough evidence behind it to say this isn't going to work out. Warner Brothers Discovery are $49 billion in debt. They're probably going to be sold off. And then Gunn's plans are probably going to have to go to another studio. And just all this crap going on. And Warner Brothers Discovery are just sitting in the back seat, letting everything burn around them. And they're like, we don't care, because guess what? We're going to be getting the money in the end. We don't care what they say. We just care what we want. We don't care what the fans want, who have been fans of the comics for 20, 30, 40, 50, how many years? And for the love, I swear to God, if someone comments Snyder fan, or the Snyderverse is dead, or suck it up crybaby, Snyderverse ain't ever happening, I will delete your comment within 2 seconds of me saying it. I'll read it. Okay, irrelevant. It just, doesn't matter. Delete. All gone. You don't matter anymore. 'Cause I'm a review channel, okay? I'm gonna bring my honest opinion to whatever is going on. I'm a DC fan. I loved Man of Steel, okay? I know a lot of people have some problems with that film. I get it. He's a bit more darker Superman. Then again, people have to realize that Superman also killed Zod in the comics, like, twice. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I loved Wonder Woman. I loved Aquaman. Well, actually, I found myself watching that the other day and was like, it's not really that great. Did it really deserve $1 billion? Like, sure, the visuals are great, but I don't know. Something about it just wasn't really pulling me in. But that film is still pretty good. I won't lie. But, and I loved the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. I loved the Batman. I loved some of the animated stuff. I love the Arrowverse shows. I'm a DC fan. I'm not just a Snyder fan, okay? I'm not just a Snyder cultist, if you will, right? Because that's what we're called now. We're called that. Why? I have no freaking idea. Sure, do some fans take it over the top? Yeah, and guys, let me tell you, okay, to the ones who do take it over the top, bring it down a notch a little, okay? We don't need to be seen as the bad guys here. So, yes, I'm fired up. I want all of this to stop. And if Superman Legacy bombs, or never even gets off the ground, I think Warner Brothers Discovery should take a long, long break and a long look at themselves in the mirror and going, is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? I feel like Zaslav only bought Warner Brothers Discovery just to screw everything up. The company's $49 billion in debt. The fan base is even more divided now. They're constantly lying to the fans, saying that they were going to continue with Man of Steel 2, bringing Cavill back. We were going to get a Black Adam versus Superman movie. Not really needed, but it would have been a cool concept. And all of that. And then they were like, in the middle of all of it, they decided to announce, hey, guess what? Sorry. They were like, hey, guess what? James Gunn is going to be coming in, and he's going to be the co-head of DC Studios. I won't lie, I was very excited when they announced this. Very excited. I started jumping up and down my seat. I was like, yes, finally, two brilliant filmmakers are going to come together and finally work on something truly special, like with Snyder and Gunn, and we are going to see something truly epic. Gunn gets fired. Okay, you've lost my interest. Because the man has been treated poorly for so long. We haven't gotten a solo Superman film since 2013. Now what we're going to be getting is a film overstuffed with DC superhero cameos. So, yeah. Anyway, I will be doing another video soon. This was my first video here while I'm in Costa Rica. I will probably be doing another video soon. But, yeah. I will catch you all in the next video. Take care and peace. Oh, and, Zaslav, if you're watching, or Gunn, I'm sure you're good people, okay? Gunn, you're freaking fantastic. Your mind works in different ways, and it obviously worked on the Guardians movies, but when it comes to decision making, without really giving any answers to the decision, it's just confusing, and it leaves a crap ton of plot holes. And Zaslav, as for you, just fix everything, okay? And Gunn, again, no hate towards you, okay? I know it kind of seemed like I was hating on you there for a minute. I apologize. But, you're a brilliant filmmaker. Just, golly, cut it down a notch on the cameos. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. Don't need it. And listen, I know probably half of those cameos will be cut anyway, due to budget reasons, because, well, you guys are in debt, so. Please, have Man of Steel 2 as an Elseworlds project. Sell some of the IPs off to Netflix, or Disney, or Apple, or someone, so that Snyder can finally rest and say, I finally finished it. It turned out fantastic. Don't need to touch it anymore. Okay. Nope. See, I almost started crying because of how poorly this thing has been run, and how poorly Cavill, Affleck, and everyone else have been treated over these past few years. No wonder why the MCU did so much better. Sure, the DCEU started out better financially, but the movies are just better in general. So, yeah. Anyway, another video will be coming soon. Gunn, Zaslav, fix things. And I'm not saying that I'm not excited for the DCU. I'm interested, but it's unnecessary. Just go back to the direction that you guys were going. Batman Beyond, Affleck solo film, Man of Steel 2, Crisis on Infinite Earths film. Just go back to that, because that's way more epic than starting all over. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace.